B'Shem Kol Yisrael. Maybe there's no Shabbos like this Shabbos where it's so helpful. Mini shiurim that you can listen to on the go. Because I don't know about you, but I've been quite busy building the sukkah and we haven't had so much time. So here's a short vort, a sweet idea on Parshat Haazinu. With sukkahs coming, we shouldn't forget the unbelievable parsha that we have in front of us. Parshat Haazinu is so deep. You know, there's 614 words, says of Tzadok HaKohen Milublin, 613 mitzvahs, and also the mitzvahs D'Rabbanan alluded to this. We have all of Jewish history, according to the Vilna Gaon, encapsulated in this week's parsha. If you do the math, this year comes up, according to that cheshbon, a year where we're going to tap into the Otsar Tov, to the good gift that God gives us to Shabbos Kodesh. Maybe we'll talk about that another time. But I wanted to offer one practical piece of avodah, piece of service of God, that I believe our Torah portion is offering us as a suggestion. You know, we just left Yom Kippur, also inspired, and the question is, what should we focus on in this new year? So there's one prominent mitzvah d'oraisa. There's really two, but we're going to focus on one of them right now. And that is the pasuk, Dvarim Lamed Bet Gimel, Kishem Hashem Akra, Havu Godel Elokeinu. When I call out in the name of God, I will ascribe greatness to God. Now, on a simple level, it's a beautiful poem. We're not really sure what it means. But the Gemara in Brachos darshans like this. Amar of Yehuda, Minayin lebirchas haTorah lefnei min haTorah. How do we know that there's an obligation from the Torah to say a birchas haTorah? Shneimar kishem Hashem akra havu godel Elokeinu. When I call out in the name of God, I will ascribe greatness to God. So there's a machlokes. How literally should we take this? According to Ramban Nachmanides, whose street I'm right next to, Ramban says it's an actual mitzvah d'oraisa to say birkas haTorah. To bless God before we learn Torah every morning is a mitzvah d'oraisa. According to the Rambam, it's a mitzvah d'Rabbanan, and this is just an asmachta. This dispute is unresolved. If you look in the poskim, maybe it's d'oraisa, maybe it's d'Rabbanan. If there's a suffix brachas, that's when it comes up. But what would be the rationale? Where do you find in the verse that this would actually be an allusion to the blessings before we recite the Torah? So again, Kishem Hashem Akra, Havu Godel Elokeinu. When I call it in the name of God, I will ascribe greatness to God. When do we call out in the name of God? According to the Ramban, when we learn Torah, that is calling out in the name of God. According to the mystical works, every letter of Torah has combinations of the name of God. Every word of Torah is a description of God, getting to know Hashem better by learning Torah. Yesterday on Yom Kippur, the Kabbalists say the name of God emanated and came down to the world, and that brings purity. And every time we immerse ourselves in Torah, we are immersing ourselves in one of the names of Hashem. Maybe that explains why even one word is often a Sefer Torah, so it's puzzle, because there's secret names of God alluded to in the Torah. Every time we word Torah, we're revealing a little bit, getting closer to Hashem and revealing His attributes, His characteristics, His names. Rav Nebenzahl, who this drasha is based on in his beautiful work, finds another beautiful allusion to this. He says, we all know there are 24 books of Tanakh, but there's a famous Gemara that says there's actually 2 bonus ones, because you can find one of the words of Vahi ben Tzor Aaron are really a Sefer Torah in of itself, and so there's a book before and a book after. So if you do the math, there's really 26 books of Tanakh. 26, of course, brings us to Yud Kei Vav Kei, the gematria of the name of Hashem, one of the primal names of Hashem. There's 63 Masechtot. But Maseches Kelim can actually also be broken down into three levels, 3 different Masechtot. And thus, it turns out there's really 65 Masechtos. 65 is the gematria of Elokim. And by the way, what's Sukkah? Yud Kei Vav Kei 26 plus Adoshem, Adonai, the gematria of 65. Added together is 91, the gematria of Sukkah. So in this Shabbos, between Yom Kippur and Sukkah, we're alluding to the combination of the Yud Kei Vav Kei and the Shem Elokim, which is the essence of Sukkot. L'maisa, what does any of this mean for me? It means, if you ask me, that Hashem is telling us, what do you want to focus on? The first bracha, which we say every morning, is Birchas Torah. We should say it with kavana. We should say it with joy. Rav Chaim Volozhin says it's a guarantee. If you say the bracha with simcha, your Torah learning will be besimcha. The Gemara in Yuma says the reason the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, referring to the first Beis HaMikdash, I believe, is because they didn't say Birchas Torah with kavana. They didn't realize, as many explain, that Birchas Torah should be said with the same love and joy, like when you're about to eat a delicious peach and you're hungry or thirsty, and you say that bracha with simcha because of the delight you're about to get from that smoothie. So too should be our joy. We say Birchas Torah, and then hopefully all of our Torah will be sweet. And what better way to start off our year than to mechazik ourselves with the beautiful bracha of Birchas Torah alluded to in this week's Parsha. Hope you enjoyed our little drasha based on Rav Nevinsal. Hope you have a beautiful Shabbos, a beautiful Sukkot. We'll hopefully deliver more Torah in honor of Sukkot. And everyone, wherever they're at, should be full of Shabbos, Simcha. This is my Sukkah that we just built. Gewalt. Good Shabbos.